Boy, do I know how to get on a tangent. I better stay focused. Okay, so the title of the article is the question. What does it mean to bear one another's burdens? Galatians 6:2. Galatians 6:2 says, bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Mine was worded a little bit differently than that translation. It says, it had said, carry one another's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. So even more like, that they both say, and so fulfill. So by doing that in some way, you will actually be fulfilling the law of Christ. Okay, and the law of Christ is underlined, so that's a whole category in and of itself. Let's see what it says. What is the law of Christ? There's a whole nother article. We can get into that maybe later. The word burden here means, quote, a weight of personal and eternal significance. It can refer to a character flaw, a struggle, or a moral requirement. Some have wondered at the meaning of this verse as it compares to Galatians 6:5, which says, quote, each one should bear his own load, unquote. Are these verses contradictory? How can we bear someone else's burdens if we are each supposed to carry our own burdens? The Greek word translated load in Galatians 6:5 is portion. With a PH, maybe it's just portion, which refers to an individual burden that is not transferable. We each have certain obligations for which we alone are responsible. For example, God has given each of us responsibilities for our families, as it states in 1 Timothy 5:8, our churches, 1 Corinthians 12:18, and our personal holiness, 1 Peter 1:15 through 16. We cannot assume the responsibility for someone else's behavior. Okay? This is something that I've been dealing with lately. Okay, we can, however, bear others' burdens. We can come alongside a struggling brother or sister and help shoulder the weight of a trial or temptation that threatens to pull him under. We can illustrate the idea of bearing one another's burdens with the picture of a man staggering beneath a heavy load of grain. He must somehow get this grain home to his family, but he is about to crumble beneath its weight. A brother sees his distress and rushes to his aid, lifting a part of the burden and thereby easing the weight of it. Although the supportive one does not assume the whole load, his help allows the struggling one to carry on to his destination. The church at Antioch is an example of believers bearing one another's burdens. Acts 11:27 through 30. All right. I'm going to have to do this in portions.